Starting the stream. Thank you. Hello. Good evening. Good morning. Good day. And good Friday. Well, not Good Friday, but it's a Friday that is good. Hang on. I don't need an echo. Okay. I've turned off the echo. And I am here. Doing stuff. Got a couple things going in the background here that I am trying to started a couple minutes later than I wanted. I planned to start a couple minutes early, but instead just started late. And I was looking at files. I was looking at my many, many accounts on my many, many different things. So there's still one or two things here I need set up. There we go. Okay. Everything appears to be set up. I know my voice is coming through because I heard it. Um, uh, I'm trying to get my second screen to show me what I'm doing now rather than loading like an old video. Show me my current video. Show me what I am doing. Magical, magical second screen. It's 100%. I can pull it out there. Okay, there we go. Don't mute it. Just show me. And there we go. So, with all that said and all that done and everything looking good and all the stuff happening, I actually did a little bit of work on it yesterday and today. Nothing major. Nothing too major. I made the CPU player a little easier and less aggressive. I literally slowed down the pieces when when the computer is using them. So they can't charge at you quite as quickly. I added a tentative name. I did that today. I don't know if I like that title, but I thought it was funny, so I put it in there for now. Skakic Strife. Skakic is not apparently is a very obscure word meaning related to chess. I don't know if I want a really obscure word in my title, but maybe. And strife is there for the alliteration. But anyway,
At Vindranjayoma said, "Hello, how's it going?"
well, hello. It's going well. Oh, that's over here. Hello, Vindrangoma, over on my YouTube feed. I'm doing well. How are you doing? Now I'm just letting the CPU fight itself for a bit. One of the things I did, the pieces move randomly when their cooldown is not set. Right now they can only attack to the left or to the right, and that's deliberate because they were attacking, they were shooting at each other diagonally even when they were not diagonal to each other. But I want their aim to be more accurate than that. That's one of the things we're going to work on today. I changed. I
At
low.
Vindranjayoma said,
Wow.
I'm doing good, just got long hair rigged on my base mesh.
Oh. Yeah, hair can be a difficult thing. I hope it's looking good. I'm gonna lower my desktop audio so it's not drowning out my voice. The sounds of these, everyone shooting each other, is not drowning out my voice. Now that's going to be a bug. That is a bug right there. Yeah. Because sometimes these pieces mutually annihilate each other, but it doesn't destroy both pieces. It leaves one on the board with 0 health, so when the battle starts, they get immediately destroyed without even switching to the battle screen. Yeah, their aim is not very good right now.
At Vintrenjayoma said, I do it all as gray boxing so it looks as good as a low poly with a subdivider can look. Haven't touched materials aside from slapping a color to it, need to rig the bangs next.
Wow. That's you do it all as gray boxing, so it looks good as a low poly with a subdivider. Can look. Haven't touched materials aside from slapping a color to it. Need to rig the bangs next. This is for long hair. Well, yeah, you just said that. You got long hair rigged on your base mesh. Yes. Yeah, I can imagine hair. I've played a bunch of old 3D games where the hair is just a solid piece, and that never looks good. So having to actually rig the hair so it actually sways in the breeze. I forget. Did you give me a link to your to anything about the game in progress? I'm just watching the AI fight itself because so you can get an idea of what it looks like. Yeah, see that white pawn's going to die as soon as anyone attacks it. I think even if it attacks another piece, it'll instantly die. Right there. Yeah. Yeah. Pawn versus rook. Pawn versus rook is actually a pretty easy fight if you're careful. I mean, easy for the pawn. Pawn moves so much faster than the rook, and the rook's cooldown is so high that you can slip in between shots. Rook also moves painfully slowly.
At
Hmm.
Vintrenjayoma said, I don't think I've been here before. I just found this channel a few minutes ago. I like to watch other game devs while I work. Keeps me distracted from the planet burning down around
Huh.
us.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think I've been here before. I just found this channel a few minutes ago. I like to watch other game devs while I work. Keeps me distracted from the planet burning down around us. Amen. I mean, this is all I can do sometimes. So I'm making it. I'm watching chess pieces fight each other. Ouch. Hmm. Oh, it's going to attack.
At Vintrenjayoma said, project looks really cool. This one of yours?
Yeah, yeah. Made it from scratch. This is all my handiwork. Right now, the AI is stupid, but that's okay. I will make it a little smarter as yeah, end game like this when it's low on pieces, the piece. Now I think I started this as a pretty sure I started this as a capture all. So the basically it's obviously it's chess, but the pieces fight each other instead of automatically capturing the square. And as such, there is no normal checkmate situation. There's a mode that I call checkmate, but it just means you have to actually attack and defeat the king, not trap him like a normal chess game's checkmate. Right now, I've kind of messed up their aiming routine so they can only shoot left and right, and I want to fix that. Oh yeah, this game is not going to end properly. Oh no, it will. Well, it depends. If White Knight wins this, which it won't, which it might. Yeah, they should not be far. There we go. Yeah, I think it's going to get stuck in a loop here. They're not going to go after each other. Yeah, so the AI is a little dumb. A piece in a specific spot will always choose the same move, and I don't like that for obvious reasons. You're looking at the reasons because it turns into this. Whoa. Oh, okay, I see. I tried to restart the game while a piece was moving and it crashed. That happens. That won't be a thing that will happen in the final game because hitting a button to reset the game like that will not be possible. I probably will have a reset button, but it won't work like that. I think I might leave the I have a temporary key that just sends it to the game over screen, and I might leave that key in, make it official. Did I hide that other window? Yes, I did. So yeah, this is my game. It's chess with shooting and a lot of weird pieces, including Berlina pawns, Amazons, empresses. And I want to put in still more, but I figure might as well get this working first. Really, I put in the fairy chess pieces just because I wanted them there. Let me get a drink. It is excruciatingly hot today over here in Europe. And these apartments don't have central air. So anyway, what I was going to do today, I was going to try and get two things done today. One, over here in Battle Player, uh, I may I should split this into two scripts at some point, but uh, whoop.
said, it's hot and stuffy as hell over here sucks big.
Yeah, it really does. It's hot and sucks. It's hot. It seems to be hot and stuffy everywhere in the northern hemisphere right now. I don't know what's going on in the southern hemisphere. It's probably a little cooler down there since it's technically winter down there. No, not technically, it is winter down there. Apologies to my any South American, Southern Hemisphere listeners, but might be hot down there too. I don't know. Let's do a little. Let's see. Okay, I mean, if you're in Australia right now, it's only 7 degrees Celsius or 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Man, that sounds good right now. Except it wouldn't feel good if it was actually happening. Need a uh, need a happy medium. I mean, it's summer and all, but ugh. Anyway, yes, okay. If CPU control last direction y equals 0, this is why they can only shoot left and right. And this was a stopgap measure. What I want to do is actually right here. Instead, I want aim control function. Sure, it's a good name as any. And we'll drop down here. Func. Aim control. Void? I think void. Pass. But anyway, where is that? Where's function aim? Where'd I call that? Okay, there it is. So copy. So I want last direction is the variable I'm messing with. So I need my X and Y. I need to compare the X and Y of where the piece is. That's it. Piece P battle. Doesn't send data? Yes. Okay. These are the variables that I'm messing with, working with. Well, what are you doing? Why did you shift up to the top there? Just no, 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 no. I didn't tell you to do that. What are you doing here, compooper? Work with me. We're on the same side here. Did I mention it's Friday? It's now again here. I don't want a super smart computer here. I want a dumb, kind of a dumb AI. I can always make it a little smarter later. I want it to be. I want to aim at you, of course.
One of these days Godot is gonna refuse to import my .blend file and Imma be soul just keep adding more and more bones.
You're putting bones in hair? Oh my goodness. Hair bones. One of these days, Godot is going to refuse to import my blend file and they're going to be SOL. Just keep adding more and more bones. Yeah, bones. Hair bones. Bangs bones. I'm having Earthbound flashbacks. Whose bones are these? My bones. Your bones. Bones' bones. Bones, bones, bones. I think I quoted that correctly. So, P location equals. Let's just set some variables here. Peace be battle global location. What is the problem here? Oh, unused variable. Yeah, that's fine. I don't care if it'll be used. Trust me. And then O location is piece O battle location. Okay. Very useful just shortening this mess because I'm lazy and don't want to type. In fact, ploc, oloc. Not to be confused with frequent visitor loc. AK.
At better late than ever 4536 said. Typing takes valuable heat units.
Typing takes valuable heat units. Yes. And right now, there's already too many heat units going around. I am. I've got a fan blowing directly on me, and my shirt is wet. So that's. Ooh, what are you wearing, Great Uncle Pixel? Oh, no, no, no! It is hot in here. Fortunately, this computer actually doesn't get too hot. So, unlike my old one, which was extremely warm very quickly. But let's see. What was I doing? Talking about the weather? No. Lasers. Well, technically, only the bishop has a laser, but you know how it is. What is the temperature here right now? Outside, the temperature right now is 37 degrees, which uh, which is 99 degrees Fahrenheit.
At better late than ever 4536 said. You gave the church lasers?
I gave the church lasers, yes. Technically, they're beams of holy light, but what is shooting light if not lasers? Be sure to put beams of holy light in quotation marks. I mean, the monarchy is, they're both elementalists with one shooting lightning and one shooting fire, so.
4536 said. Parboiled sinners left and right.
Parboiled sinners left and right. That's right. Them bishops, they know how to charbroil the sinners with their beams of light. What was I doing here? Right, right. I was trying to. Okay, so last direction. Okay. I wanted to shoot somewhat accurately at the other player. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Let me. I had an idea earlier and I didn't write it down, and so now I'm going to have to totally redo that idea from scratch. So let's see if the two pieces y coordinates are within 60. Let's call it 128 of each other. 64. Let's say 64 at least to start. Then shoot straight, left or right. If the two pieces x coordinates are within 64 of each other, then shoot straight up or down. If otherwise, shoot diagonally. You know what? Let's make this 128. Yeah, okay. 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 If abs. So let's now that I've written it down, uh if ABS P lock dot Y minus O lock dot Y is less than or equal to 128, then last direction dot Y equals 0. I want that. There we go. Last direction y equals 0. Last direction dot x equals let me copy this. Copy p location x minus o location x. Except I want o first. Because if O is less than P, I want it shooting to the left. If P, yeah, okay. Then I want it to be negative. There we go. If, and just to put in a safe side, just put in a safety check, greater than 0. No, not equal to 0. I don't want to do this division if this is 0. Now, this shouldn't be the case. But shouldn't be the case and can't be the case are two separate things. So, man, I went through that soda quicker than expected. It's okay. The caffeine will carry me through. So, that's good. That's good. Elif, and the same thing, but I want to. Oh, stop that. There we go. Elif. So I'm going to reverse x and y. Y. This should shoot straight up or down. Elif. Oh, I don't want elif. Else. Now, in this case, I know this won't be 0 because I already checked those. So uh, O location X and minus P location X and O location Y minus P location Y will always be greater than 128 because these two check those up already. They can't be equal to 0. And actually, I think I want this to be a vector to I. We're going to, yes, I know, aim direction, there, aim direction, whoops, colon, vector to I, and let's make this aim direction, and then I'll return it. That way it won't affect the variable directly. Whoops. I can just call it. Okay, this turned out to be quicker and easier and more logical than I thought. These are the. And then return aim direction. How do we have that there? Okay, perfect. Fine. Aim control. Last direction equals aim control. So let's and let's print debug aim. Let's print debug last direction. so I can see what it's doing. Problem is, I have too many aim directions here, too many print debugs here. Print debug. I've got so many print debugs right now, it's not even funny. I just want to see how many aren't already. Okay. I want to keep that one. I want to keep that one. Okay, I think those are the only two in this routine, actually. Pieces entering battle, that's fine. I don't need that one. That I don't need that because those aren't even variables I use anymore. At least I don't think they are. Okay, so I'm gonna hit play. But what I'm going to do, I'm not actually going to focus too much on the game screen. I guess I can bring up the game screen so we can all watch it. Mostly, I'm going to be looking down here. I have to go through all my routines and get rid of a lot of these print debugs, prints and print debugs. For example, I don't really need that one. I don't need this one here. This is good because this the same as the previous one? It is not. This is where I hit the key and pull up the thing to examine. Okay, anyway, I'm going to hit S to start a new game. I'm going to make it fairy chess pieces because it just has an easier time attacking. Because all the pieces have a lot more mobility than normal chess pieces. Okay. Um. Okay. We're gonna close that because it crashed. Invalid access to property key global location. Really? Peace. Oh, battle. Yeah, not that one. Did I? Oh, did I? Oh, I can't believe that. Position. The variable's called global position. Whoa, hang on. What are you doing? Position. Of course it doesn't work if I use the wrong name of the variable. At least it's Friday, right? At least it's Friday. And I'm just gonna watch the CPU fight itself, and now you'll notice it makes exactly the same moves as last time. Oh, good. Now you'll notice the pieces move randomly, but the pieces are set to move randomly between recharges. Though it matters less when they're, pawns and they just charge at each other. Pawn versus pawn is almost always a draw. I have to fix that. So when interesting. Okay. Yeah, sometimes these pieces are yeah, the Amazon can hit almost anywhere on the board. It's got incredible. But it's not great in battle. And the pawns are pretty good in battle. Okay. Good. course, they have equal recharge time, so princess versus pawn. The princess shoots sparkles. For those who haven't seen the princess before, the empress shoots emeralds. The Amazon just that's the queen. She shoots lightning bolts. That's the Amazon. She throws spears. I guess she could be shooting arrows. If it was an arrow, I'd probably make it a little smaller. But either way. But yes, I like this routine for aiming a lot better than the one that was there. Ooh, queen versus queen. And really, CPU versus CPU is not supposed to be that exhilarating. There we go. CPU versus CPU is a perfectly even match by definition. I may put in different difficulties for the CPU, but they won't be that different. Hard CPU, the pieces will just move faster, closer to normal player speed. I have ideas. I have ideas. You know, I'm playing a lot of this by ear. I just started with an idea. What if chess but shooting? And everything else has been, playing it by ear a little bit. That's the Empress. She shoots emeralds, which is a nod to a obscure DC Comics character, and also a nod to the way uh, she Empresses are, as you can probably tell from the sprite, half rook, and the rook throws rocks. So of course the Empress throws fancy rocks. If DC complains, I'll change the color of the rocks. I was really going to have the Empress also shoot like lightning bolts, but I couldn't. I think the sprite is still called Empress Beam. And the pawns look weird because they're Berolina pawns. If I've explained it before, of course, but to the newcomers, the Berolina pawns move opposite of normal pawns. They move diagonally, but capture in a row. Unlike regular pawns, which can only move in their row but capture horizontally, or can only move in their row but capture diagonally. And Berolina pawns can move 2 spaces on their first turn as well. Bam. Oh yeah, this. I know I'm mostly babbling here, but I'm actually watching the AI fight itself, to, and it's a lot better now. When I first started this rudimentary AI, pawns were better than everything because they just charge directly at you. And the other piece would shoot off in a random direction, often not in the quite in the direction of the pawn, and completely miss them every time. Now pawns under player control are still pretty good because oh, there we go. Yeah, pawns under player control are still pretty good because you can, shuck and jive around. Oh, interesting. Around the enemy pieces. Nice, nice. Ah, there we go. And we'll see if the Empress or the Princess wins. Okay, and there we go. Oh, I need to adjust that, but can do,
At Vintrenjaoma,
can do.
said, I'm trying to get hitboxing working in my project. I've got bones. I added hitboxes to so I can just animate in Blender and then have the hitboxes become activated during certain frames.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I find hitboxes are a little can be a little temperamental in Godot. I'm trying to when I first put hitboxes on the characters, the in battle they couldn't move through each other. And then I changed it so they could move through each other, though I don't think that was intentional. Because now I want them not to be able to move through each other. So I'm been trying to put that back, but let me see here. Let me take a look at that. That's not in battle player. It's in battle. Where is this? Let's hide this while I take a look at my battle. Because body one, floor layers, wall layers, area one. Hmm. Oh, maybe maybe that's what it needs to be. Both one and two. Maybe an area two, one and two. Maybe that'll do it. I don't know. Okay. I think I'm definitely going to upload this to my itch.io account. In fact, what I'm going to do before I do anything else right now, I'm going to just make a quick backup of this to make sure I don't mess it up any further. Because I like where this is right now, I have to say. It's not perfect, but it's, I can build it. It's imperfect in a way I can build on, as opposed to, oh no, it's imperfect in a way that it doesn't work. If you know what I'm saying.
At Vintrenjaoma, said,
I guess you know what you're saying.
I'm probably gonna complicate things further by trying to add body part hitboxes at some point.
Ooh,
For now I just have the body capsule.
just a
Underscore.
just a single just a single hitbox for the entire body. Yeah, I mean, I guess that works. I mean, if you're doing a 3D, I don't know what your game is about exactly, but if it's a shooty game, then yeah, you might want different hitboxes for different body parts, all just so you can have different effects when you hit different body parts. Critical headshots, maybe disabling arm shots or speed slowing leg shots. Yeah, all in all, I am pleased with this. Oh, there we go. Sparkle Princess and Emerald Empress. What windows do I have up? Okay.
At Vintrengeoma.
Oh, right. I want to.
Don't give me ideas. I.
They can't move through each. Okay, I did set it up correctly. They can't move through each other. Unfortunately, I also made the attack.
At better late than ever 40.
Apparently, they can't get close enough for the attack routine to activate.
But ideas are fun.
Yeah, ideas are fun.
Said. I can't control the scope creep.
Uh-uh.
At better late than ever 4536.
They're stuck. The poor pawns are stuck.
Don't think about the work you have to do to make them happen. Just ideate forever. That's true vibe coding.
Yeah, just keep adding more and more and more ideas that will never work. I have found that it's often less work to add a new feature once you've got the base game loop working. The adding features, even ridiculously complicated features, often winds up being easier than I thought because there's a good foundation to build on. So don't worry about the scope creep. Don't try not to think about the scope creep. Don't focus on the scope creep. Get the game working first. Get the most basic version of the game working first, and then you can add things to it. Then you can build on top of that foundation. I mean, that's kind of what I'm doing here. The basic version of the game, that was the two-player only version. I got both players. I got a two-player only game. And now I don't know what's going on here. I did clearly fix the part where they can't overlap each other. But I've also apparently now they won't attack each other. Peace O battle. Possession X. Oh, I'm making it smaller and I need to make it bigger. 40. Let's try 40. It was 64, I think. So let's make it 100. Let's just see what happens if it's 100. There we go. Okay, good. They can't overlap now, which means they won't get stuck on each other.
At Vintrengeoma. Said. I'm too far into the scope creep, boys. There is no escape.
Bam. Yeah, that is the problem with the scope creep. But You gotta relax. Let the code flow over you. Or something like that. All this crap down here that's zooming by at the bottom in the bottom window is the AI decision making. Ah, good. Trying to decide what piece to move and where. Make it a little spammier by adding a \n. Nice. Okay. Double right here.
At Vintrenjayoma said, "Wanna know how I got these scars? My father was a programmer and an elite hacker. At Better Late Than Ever 4536 said, "What's your core gameplay loop, if you're okay to say?"
Yeah, I mean, if the core gameplay, as I said, core gameplay loop is very, well, goes the knight. The core gameplay loop is paramount.
At Better Late Than Ever 4536 said, "Also LOL."
Wait, is this movement? No, this is peace battles is what I want. Less than... Let's make this 100 instead of 128. Let's narrow the focus, the up and down shots. Okay, no, I think I like it the way it was. Let's leave it like that. It's fine. I think. Right. I want return from battle. Okay. HP health is less than equal to 0. Now, I want if piece O health is less than or equal to 0. But I want to put it in here. What's player? Oh, uh, 0. Pass? Okay. If that'll work right, but I'm going to try it out. I want to see my variables. Where's my on? There's on ready. There we go. On ready. Ah, player two. Okay, there is a player two. Good. 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 No, where are you? Return from battle. There we go. Now, if I have done this correctly, if both pieces are eliminated simultaneously, it should. Let's see if I can. No. Okay. See if I can do this without. No. Poop. The pieces are caught in a loop. Oh, poop. It's a loop. If I try debug, if I hit a debug to start a new game, it'll crash because it's in the middle of making these pieces blink and it deletes the pieces.
Said, it's kinda hard to describe cause I've got quite a few mechanics I'm thinking of implementing aside from just combat.
Well, that is always a problem. Well, what's the combat loop look like, I guess? It's kind of hard to describe because I've got quite a few mechanics I'm thinking of implementing aside from just combat. Yeah, yeah. Understandable. I tend to make my games simple, maybe too simple, because it's just me. If this one gets really far, I might call upon some artists for some better sprites. But anyway, yeah. What is the before scope creep? What did the game look like? I guess. What did the game look like in your mind before all the scope creep? Hmm. Yeah, I've got.
At
What
Vintrengeoma,
was I going to do just
said,
now?
the scope
Right.
creep has always been the point. One day I just began writing on the walls like a psychopath screaming Eureka.
Whoops. There we go. T. Oh, yeah. Okay. I want to watch the AI at work here some more.
At Better Late Than Ever 4536, said, kind of I've coded myself into this situation but it remains to be seen if I can code myself out of it, thing. Laughing
Hmm.
face.
Ah, perfect. That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see what the simultaneous death looked like. Yeah. I deliberately made their aim a little worse, but it's fine.
At Vintrenjayoma said, Carrot pretty much. I've got the inventory systems slotting set up. All it boils down to at this point is hitboxing after that filling slot data, and I have a lot of slot data to go through.
Well, that is a problem with an inventory system. I haven't actually made any games with an inventory system, partially for that reason, and partially because I don't want to. When I sit down and start making up a list of items, I get it's like, oh, okay, here's 5 items. I need 600 more. I don't like that. They're too. It is too far off. Let's let's make this 64. Let's make it 100. Yeah, not 64 plus 128 divided by 2. Uh, 32 and 64 is 96, which is pretty close to 100. Did the game crash? Did I mess something up? Did Okay, the game crashed, but did I hit pause or something? What happened here? Why did it stop? I don't have an error message. Uh, did I? Let me check battle. Let me check battle player. Just check this, cause it. I have been known to accidentally put in a breakpoint without meaning to. Did that once or twice before. Hmm. Okay. Well, let's just restart this and see. Take a look here.
Better late than ever. 4536 said, Yikes, GL though, laughing face.
Let's put a bunch of S's in here somewhere. No, I don't think so. Hmm. Yeah, inventory, probably not fun. Once again, it starts with those same two pawns moving and then the two empresses attacking each other. Yeah, I don't have enough random variants on the board. It's, and I know how to put in random variants, or I have ideas on how to do that. Now let's see if these two pawns kill each other. I hope they will, so I can. They both blink, and they're both gone. Perfect. Okay, and once again, hmm. Oh no, 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 that's fine. Right, two pawns can attack each other, but the queens take precedent, and that I'm going to leave in. I want it. I want the CPU to always pick. If there's pieces to attack, I want to always pick the best piece to attack. Ooh, they killed each other, and both queens are gone. Yep, nice. I'm going to need a both kings defeated draw game for the screen for an ending condition. I don't think it'll bug out as it is right now. Yeah, princess is faster, but yeah, okay. I don't think it'll bug out, but I do believe it won't properly resolve. It dang. Pawns are still kind of dangerous. I'm also just taking a moment to look at this and know that everything you see on the screen, everything you see in terms of gameplay, graphics, everything, I did this. Me, just a normal person, just a normal regular guy, and I had an idea, and I did this. It's not done. It's not perfect. It's not perfect. It's not finished, but it's mine. Also, I emphasize C because those sound effects are all stock sound effects, and that's by the way, that's not meant to be a boast. I did this. That is meant to be a anyone can do this. This is just need fun.
said, I'll finish my project someday. I do have unarmed and weapon animation overriding unarmed working.
Well, there you go. And like you said, you got hair working. That's something I haven't had to worry about yet. I do want to make a 3D game eventually, but so far I've been working on 2D games in Godot because I like 2D games. I kind of miss the days when everything was a 2D game. Also, I want to put It occurs to me I want. I have a player key. If event key code equals key.
Every bit of progress counts towards the whole.
Exactly. Key bracket left. CPU. Chess CPU 1 equals false equals. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me just go back here and see. Oh, this is movement. Let's see what my variables are called because I forgot what my CPU underscore 1 and CPU underscore 2. Not. Okay. Okay. I'm putting in a test key so I can turn CPU mode on and off at will. Huh. Only the kings are left in a game, in a checkmate game. Now, in a checkmate game, uh, oh, man, this is not going to go well for, yep. There we go. It's not really checkmate, but it's calling it checkmate. But yeah, just keep keep uh keep working at it, and that game will eventually work. You'll have something to show off. I'm I I'm proud of every game I made. I am quite proud of this one. This one is going much more nicely than I thought it would, especially the AI. When I first thought about implementing AI, I was thinking, "Oh, that's going to be a giant pain in the keister." Okay, and some of it was, but I can. So, okay, move piece is promote piece, yeah. ULDR, capture piece, return from battle. Yeah, I have a feeling if the two kings, if the two pieces, mm, or if when both kings KO each other, add a third draw option for both kings KO each other. Okay. else, well, if, okay, that, question mark, question mark, question mark, both kings down, backslash n, draw game, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, gray. I don't think I need these print debug statements. Okay. Yeah, I mean this is what it'll look like. The only thing I'm not sure of is this set of question marks right here. Since it only sends uh, I don't want exclamation points there. So have blocked. Okay. Okay. Good, good, yeah. Okay. Find available. Okay. If available. What? A vac lab. What the heck is a vac lab? What is this? A vac lab? Yeah, let me check the available moves. Okay. Huh. I only use the available moves to determine whether the players are blocked. Right, because I added that in later. But I can use it for here. Now, if right. Oh, if chess piece's name equals pawn or pieces piece name equals Berolina. Okay. Okay, I need to look. Best piece equals no. Okay. If okay, so best value. Hang on. Best value should equal 0. Okay, so if best value equals 0, if if best value 0, whoop, that's an O, then best piece, um, best destination equals available moves there. Available move. A possibilities equals available moves. Wait. No. Want best piece dot legal moves. Okay, available moves doesn't do what I thought it did. Why is this green? Okay. Short for possible moves, but I can spell pos more easily. Look at that. I spelled possible wrong right there. Look at that. Possible. Now, pos should be an array. Let me check this. I'm sure. Now let me go over to the Godot docs because I need a built-in method and I don't remember what it's called. I'm pretty sure it's length or array length or size. I think it's size. No, wait. Yes, size. Okay. Their pos choice int equals Randy rain rain. Oh man, my typing is just crap today. Okay, Randy range 1 2 size pos. Oh no, pos dot size. That's it. Best destination equals pos choice. Wait. Oh, okay. Hold on. Pos, pos choice. There we go. Because this is an array of vector 2i's. There we go. Print debug. Possible moves. Put a \n in here so it's easier to read. Pos. Chosen move. Pos choice. Pos. Pos choice. Pos. Pos choice. Pos choice. Now, turn this back on. And what should happen, if I'm not mistaken, you know what I'm going to do? Player one is human. But I'm going to hit. Whoa! Okay. Okay, here's what I'm going to do then. Uh, Pos size. What's incorrect? Oh, right, that's not an underscore. It should be a dot. Oh, and that should be a. There we go. And let me just check legal moves. Let me check my legal moves. There we go. Legal moves. Returns an array of vectors. Uh, huh. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. I know what I'm doing. That's why I have a lot of print statements in this program. Sometimes I forget what I'm doing. Or what I think I'm doing doesn't work quite the way I think it will. But it's fine. So we want ferry, CPU. Let's make them both CPU and see if it crashes immediately. No, that's good. No. Oh, right, I didn't actually change the AI yet. I'm going to pause this. That's pretty cool. Because I want to. Okay, I want to scroll up. Scroll up, scroll up. Bring your friends, it's fun to scroll and to pretend. Ooh, okay, don't do that. Okay. Just want to make that a little smaller so I could focus down here on this stuff happening down here. Scroll up, scroll up. Now the first move. Okay, there's the initialize board setup. Okay, here we go. Initialize board. There we go. Berlina 4A, 5A, 6A, 7A. Piece chosen, piece chosen. It is it is an array of vector 2i's. That's the problem. That's the problem. It's not as serious as I thought it was. Okay, okay. It's nice when a problem turns out to be minor. I realize what I did wrong. I realize what I did wrong. -1.
At Vintrengeoma said, gotta add more bugs is the problem.
Always bugs. Okay. Now, are we in the middle of the... Oh, yeah, the game's still running, so I'm going to unpause it. Yeah, just do a... what's SDR? These bonds. Oh, okay. Invalid access of index 2. Let's take a look down here. Yeah, okay. Oh, forgot to put the -1 in there too. Oops. It still worked. I just messed up the print statement. The stupid debug statement that doesn't even need to be there. So, yeah, capturing still takes precedence. Hmm. Okay. Okay. I want to pull. I now have a key so that I can pull it out of CPU versus CPU mode, or it switches CPU with human control for both players. It's obviously a temporary key because I just want game over. CPU, CPU. Okay. And now I want to see. Yeah.
At Vintrengeoma said, God moding your own game? Heresy.
Yeah. No, no, they're debug features. Well, I mean they are. That's laser the castle, Bishop. Castles don't care about being hit with holy light much. I'm thinking of putting in a healing mechanic of some kind. Might have to do some rearranging. Also, I want to change the aim mechanic for the melee class for the melee pieces, the pawns and the knights, so that they use diagonal within a larger area. Ooh. Yeah, I think the knight has the most powerful attack. The the knights are melee characters, which gives them some disadvantage, but they're also very fast. They're armored and they do a lot of damage. So they're not quite as at as much of a disadvantage as they appear to be. Hmm. Yeah, I think I want to put in a regen function that if the piece is below max health, it regains some hit points every turn. Because otherwise, the pieces never heal. Oh, actually, I'm not sure if the. I'm not sure. I don't think this is a checkmate game. Thud, 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 thud. Yep. Computer does not do pawn versus pawn well. Boom. Versus rook. Yeah, rooks have a lot of health. They have some armor, though not as much as the knight, ironically. As I recall, I can check the numbers, of course, but I believe rook knights have armor of 3. They reduce 3 from every attack. Uh, Rooks have armor 2, and pawns, believe it or not, have armor 1 because they're also melee classes. They're also melee, so I wanted to give them a little bit of it that an advantage, but not as much as the knights. They also aren't very strong. They aren't. Yeah, these pieces. It's still choosing the same pieces every time, but I believe they're moving around much more randomly, which is good. Ooh, red's gonna win this one. Yeah. Mm. Hmm. Uh, Earlier today, before the stream started, I changed the cooldown slightly, giving most of the pieces longer cooldowns than they had until now. I say most because I left rooks the same because they were already one shot every 2 seconds, and that seemed slow enough. Yeah. Okay.
At better late than ever 4536 said. Best way to cheat? Make your own game and then change the values directly.
Yep. Yep. If you don't like the values, no, no. It's called balancing. It's not cheating. It's balancing. Oh, and there they go. They're going to attack each other. Let's see who wins this. And now it's just king versus king. Now, in a traditional chess game, this would be a stalemate. There's no way for a lone king to checkmate a lone king. Now, because I made the moves more random, it's actually less likely they'll attack each other. But that's fine. I don't have to sit here and watch until they've checkmated each other. I can. I'll just leave that running in the background, as you can see down here, while I change some other stuff. So now the other thing I want to do is mm, what is default piece? Okay, what is default piece? Ah, here. Hmm. Okay, let me remove this because it doesn't actually choose. If there's no captures, then it doesn't actually choose a best piece. Okay. Okay, I'm just looking at this, trying to figure out how, with this terrible implementation, I might recode this whole section. It's a little messy, a little messier than I would have liked. Um, okay. If best value equals 0, best and random choice is ran the range 100 is less than random choice. Random choice minus equals 10. Minus equals 20. There we go. Okay. There we go. So, is the game still running? Did it crash? I think it may have crashed at some point. Don't know when, don't know how. That's okay. I mean, it's probably me changing things in the middle while the game was running. So let's take a look and see if anything I've done here. Really, CPU versus CPU is a curiosity. It, yes! Glorious. I think the only other thing I wanted to do is aim a little better. Or E P dot I forgot what my variables names are. Piece P dot not board position. Shot speed equals 0. Equals 0. Make this X, X. There we go. Want it to be just taking a look. Yes, the pieces are being chosen much more randomly now, except when there's something to attack, in which case they attack. And where's the other one? Shot speed equals 0. There's another one. There it is. Or did I put in one too many? There we go. Okay. Did I crash the game by freezing it? Yes. Yes, I did. I did crash it. Well, then. Oh, well, then. Go. Put in checkmate. Put in. Put in fair, yeah. Good. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay. I accidentally put in a breakpoint. Game didn't crash. Sometimes when I tap on that window to to change screens, I put in a
So
breakpoint by
hungry from
mistake.
eating a second packet of ramen. Too lazy to cook RN.
Well, as long as you make the ramen correctly. Don't eat the don't eat the noodles right out of the pack. They're not good that way. Okay. I'm, I messed something up with the
That Bentley never 4536
that's
said.
that's true.
Non-cooked ramen can be good though.
I have noshed on non-cooked macaroni in my time. Back when I was young.
At better late than ever 4536. Said. Like extra crispy chow mein noodles.
Hmm. The pawn shouldn't be attacking when the opponent is so far away. What did I mess up? Uh, this should probably be an and, actually. That's what it is. I made it. I had an or there, and I should have had an and. And now, hang on. Shot speed equals 0. Shot speed equals 0. This one.
At Vintrengeoma. Said. Do pieces keep their life points across fight?
Yes, they do. So you have to be. So you have to be careful. That's why I was thinking of putting in some kind of healing mechanic where they slowly regain health until they're back at their max. Every turn, not constantly. But I haven't implemented that yet. So that means, yeah, if you keep using the same piece over and over, you and not completely decimating your opponent.
At Vintrengeoma. Said. Gotcha, makes sense.
Yeah. So you can't rely on one piece, I guess, unless you're real good enough to not take any damage. I think I can do this more easily. This shouldn't happen anymore, but I'm going to put in there anyway as a safeguard. Am I doing this right? Hmm. Hmm. Okay, let me. And piece P shot speed not equal to 0. May have caused the game to crash by changing things in the middle of things. Oh no, the game's just stopped. Okay, that's good. Whoops. Start. Okay. Uh, wait. Oh, derp. Okay. That was a mistake. Shot speed. Okay. Hate when I get when it crashes because I named a variable wrong. S. Let's make it a checkmate. CPU, CPU. And yeah, it's picking pieces entirely randomly, except when there's a capture to be made. Oh, that's the thing. Okay. That's the problem. Let's try that. Hmm. Did I reset the screen right over here? I did. Okay, it's showing. Double death. Double dead. Yeah, I think the main reason I don't have a regeneration because I realized max health is not actually a part of the pieces. It's not a variable that each piece has. Ugh, and it really should be. It really should be. And I don't want to just keep adding health to every piece every turn. Just every injured piece every turn. But if I don't know what the pieces, if the piece's max health is not a part of the piece itself, they don't know how much the max health of the piece is, and it didn't correct addition right. But let's see, what time is it? Okay, I think for now. Ooh,
At
armor.
Petrangeyoma said, gotta add armor and energy shields.
Hmm. Well, that's tempting. I do have a second button to work with. I do want to give each character kind of a secondary power as well in combat, but that falls under the category of building on top of the foundations, and still working on the foundations. Oh, a pawn beat up the king and won. Hilarious. King's very powerful. Very slow, but very powerful. Not quite as powerful as the rook, but the king's shots are faster and recharge faster. They're equally slow moving. Ooh, excuse me. Bit of a yawn there. This heat's kind of tiring.
At
What was I
Petrangeyoma
going to do?
said, I was just joking. You can if you want to, obviously.
Yeah, yeah, I'll think about it. Like I said, a couple of the pieces have passive armor in that they take less damage from attacks than other pieces. Right now, it's just the knight, the rook, and the pawn that have armor of 3, 2, and 1, respectively. Because I figured the the knight and the pawn are most likely to be the pieces wearing armor, and the rook is a literal castle. So they have those pieces take less damage. And I wanted the knight to take less damage from a gameplay perspective because it's a melee piece. Pawn for a similar reason, but it has much less armor because it's a weaker melee piece. I figure it's only wearing like leather armor or something. Well, the knight's wearing full plate. full set of plate mail. There we go. Is the game still running? Did it stop? Oh, right. Keep,
At Vintrangioma said, makes sense.
I want to give some of the fairy pieces armor, but I'm not sure which ones. Maybe the Amazon. I believe the Berylina pawns have the same armor as the regular pawns. Pretty sure I gave pawns and Berylina pawns the same stats. They're basically a different. They have different moves, but they have the same stats in battle. The move the legal moves on the chessboard are also part of their class. Well, get them. Yep, attacks the queen because the queen is a high value piece. So the queen is a priority target for the computer. The empress and the princess are also fairly high priority targets. They're slightly less valued than the queen, but they're more valued than most other pieces. And the value of a piece is as a target is part of the class definition. King, amusingly, has a value of 2, slightly higher than pawns, which are 1. Queens, in comparison, are 9. However, in a game with a checkmate objective, the king overrides attacking the king overrides the value of all other pieces.
At Vintrangioma said, does the princess replace the rook?
Princess is the bishop. Yeah, princess is half bishop, half knight. The empress is half knight, half rook. The Amazon is half knight, half queen. So I made the Amazon a little less powerful in battle to make up for its extreme mobility around the board. Let's see here. Okay, I turned that off just so I could pull this out. Just give an example of how mobile the Amazon is. All those blue spaces are legal moves for the Amazon. And let me do another one. It could go almost anywhere on the board, which is why I made it weaker in combat.
At Vintrangioma said, Okay, I didn't know you had hybrid pieces.
Yeah. Yeah, there's an option for normal pieces and an option for hybrid pieces. I I want to put in another option for even more different hybrid pieces, but again, I'm gonna finish the game as is first. The queen itself is technically a hybrid piece, which is why it's in this
Activate
variation.
said. Very neat.
Yeah, I am honestly. I shouldn't be surprised that a game I make works at this point, but sometimes I'm surprised that a game I make works. And yeah, those, like I said, those pawns are not combination pieces, but they are unusual pieces in that they move diagonally and attack horizontally. I really think I have reached a point in the game where a lot of what I'm doing right now is cleanup. There we go. The red's probably going to win this. Technically speaking, black. Oh man, it's only pawns and kings left. And the white king's not looking very good. Almost dead. Oh, this might be it. Nope, not quite. Right. Oh, that's the other thing I want to put in: the ability to choose what piece you promote your pawn to. That does reset their health, by the way. If you promote a piece to a pawn, if you promote a pawn to a queen, the queen starts with full health. Technically speaking, it's not the same piece. It erases the pawn and replaces it with a new queen on the same spot. Wait. Oh, there's the king. Okay. I may need to redo these sprites so they have outlines, so they're a little easier to see. Can't always see them, especially the white pieces on the white squares. But I find if I make them a little darker, I can't see the red pieces on the white squares. That just may be my screen, probably. I've mentioned this before, but there's something wrong with the color settings of my screen. All the reds are very washed out. And I've managed to fix it temporarily a few times, but then the settings go right back to washed out reds. And I'm trying to figure out where these settings are that I can set them permanently. And when I say I fixed them, I mean a game. I played Breath of Fire 4 on the computer, and it hiccuped and fixed my graphic settings until as such a time I turn the screen off, at which point it resets to the wrong graphic setting. And unfortunately, never turning the screen off is not an option. In any event, what I'm going to do now is do a lot. Let me take a look here at the setup routine, because I'm pretty sure I have the no,
At
it's
Intrengeoma said, Breath of Fire 4 based. 3 is
yeah,
my favorite though.
yeah, it's most people's favorite. I mean, it's a good game. I love Breath of Fire 3. I'm mainly playing Breath of Fire 4 recently because I have it on the computer. Okay, I need to take notes of these numbers and make put them in the pieces themselves. There are a few things here I probably could have done more efficiently. But let's see. Queen is 30. King is 35. Pawn is 20. Queen, bishop is 30. Rook is 40, right? Yeah. It's 40. Where's knight? Knight is 30. Amazon is 30, 30, 35. King and Empress are 35. Bishop, Knight, Amazon, Princess are all 30 health to start. Okay. And now that I have that, let's shrink this slightly. Shrink that window so I could see other things behind it. Let's reset. Yeah, this a little to the right. Okay. Empress. No. I want peace. This. There. Max health. Int. Now we take each piece. Let's go in order over here. Amazon. Uh, Max health equals new. Oh, I can just do that instead of having to, since it sends the number in anyway, I can just do that. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. That's even better. Because that way I have the advantage of both ways. Yes. Don't have to hard code any of this. Options pawn. Max health equals new health. Peace battle. Player body. No. Come on, scroll down. Princess. There it is. Queen. And rook. Health equals new health. Max health equals new health. There we go. All set. All set. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Now we go over to movement. Go over to the movement script. Chess active player equals not chess. I mean, there it is. This is what I want right here. Hmm. Switches it back. That's correct. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. Shouldn't be there though. Should just be here. Heal, regen, health, chess, give, chess, regen, health, chess, active, player. Okay. Now that's going to be a mistake, obviously. Okay, not those, not that one. Not that one. Pieces not right. That goes there. One. Okay. Good. Regen. Okay. So we go over to here. Regen health. Funk. Regen health. Active player. Current player. Bool. Void. Okay. For child. This is what I want. If child is peace. If child is peace and child dot health and child dot ownership equals current equals current player and child dot health is less child max health then child dot health plus equals 5. and that should regen some health for each piece. If child dot health greater than child max health, then child health equals child max health. There we go. So it won't go over because they're not necessarily going to lose health in multiples of 5. There we go. Since the game that partially inspired this has several ways to heal pieces, and this one does not have a direct way to heal piece, just put in a little health regen. 5 may be too much, considering the most pieces have is 40. Let's make it 2.5. I can have decimals in there, right? Actually, no, it's an int, so let's make it 2. Why not 2? We'll heal 2 health per turn. So it's not fast healing, but it is some healing. Mm. Looking for that perfect balance between insignificant and overpowered. That 3. Let's say 3. And if it turns out to be 4, let's make it 4. Can always change it later. It's my game. I can change it later if I want. I know where the code is. It's right here. Now let me go back to movement and check, make sure. I want to check capture piece because there's yeah.
At better late than ever 4536.
Mm.
Buff is great, they all have some excellent moments.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been playing it on my Saturday stream up until last week when I got a viewer request. And I'm going to go back to Breath of Fire 4 once I finish uh Gateway 2 Homeworld. In the meantime, I have the streams are available on my YouTube channel. You can watch my Breath of Fire 4 streams. Just I think I just started chapter 3 at the end of in the middle of my not the end of my last stream and not in the middle of my last stream, but in my last stream so far. Yeah. Honestly, one of my favorite games of all time. Not without its flaws, of course, but still one of my favorite games of all time. I really like the entire series. Yes, even the controversial 5. Even the controversial Dragon Quarter. What I really want Capcom to do right now is release release a compilation of all 5 games.
Some kid to give me my copy back when I was in school cause I was stupid enough to let him borrow it.
Oh no. Well, I like Breath of Fire so much that I literally bought Breath of Fire 3 before I bought a PS1 to play it on. I saw it for a good price and I said, "Oh, I have to grab that." Going to get a PS1 eventually. So I see it's $15. I'm going to grab that. Similarly, when I saw the GOG version on sale back in December, I bought that for like $8, I think. The GOG version of Breath of Fire 4. That's the main reason I'm not playing Breath of Fire 3 right now is that I don't really have anything to play it on aside from probably a PS1 emulator. I should look into PS1 emulator. I mean, legally purchasing and playing it legally, not emulation. I mean, I bought the game. I own the game. I have Breath of Fire. In fact, I have it on the shelf over there. I have it on the shelf nearby. Breath of Fire 3, 4, and 5 on a shelf nearby. I can't play any of them, but theoretically, I do have a PS3, and the PS3. Where's the PS4? One of them is backwards compatible with PS2 games, but unfortunately, the region locks are still in place for PS2 games, even though they're not for any other games. And my PS1 and my Breath of Fire 5 and actually all the games are US while I'm currently not in the US. So the region lock gets them.
At Vintrengeoma said, Ryu in three's art is just so cool and then you turn it on and it's this dweeby kid. Such a charming game.
Yeah.
At Better Late Than Ever 4536 said, absolutely excellent, laughing face.
Exactly.
At Great Uncle Pixel.
Said, 100 points.
Uh, Honestly, still my favorite game series after all these decades. I remember after finishing Breath of Fire for the first time that I was feeling really sad, but then I cheered myself up by saying, "Well, if history is any indication, there'll be a second Breath of Fire game for the PS2 in like 3 or 4 years." Well, history lied to me. In fact, the other night I literally dreamed about Breath of Fire, that Capcom had announced a new Breath of Fire 7 that was a direct sequel to Breath of Fire 4. I was a little disappointed when I woke up, I have to admit. Also, one of the things I want to add to this game are, of course, dragons. There's a few fairy chess pieces named after dragons, and I want to add those at some point. The dragon is a combination
At Vintrengeoma
pawn and knight,
said,
which is very
God,
useful.
I would love for today's Capcom to bring it back to life.
Yeah, I it was pretty funny that I dreamed that, and then yesterday there was an actual Capcom set of announcements. Of course, Breath of Fire was not there. It was all the same. It was all the expected Resident Evils and Monster Hunters. And Dragon's Dogma, which is a poor substitute.
At better late than ever 4536. Said. Seconded.
Yeah, like, and you know what? I'd like.
Renjayoma. Said. Can you believe Hack is getting a new game?
At this
Actual
point, I'd just
incentive.
like. I would love it if Capcom would release a compilation of the first 5 games. I would love it even more if said compilation also included the 2 Breath of Fire 4 cell phone interquels that were never released in the US. But also, I wouldn't mind if they tacked Breath of Fire 6 on there. Like if they reconfigured Breath of Fire 6 to be an offline game and stuck that on the compilation. But I am not particularly excited about Breath of Fire 6. I mean, there's nothing to be excited about anymore. It was an online game that they shut off years ago at this point, which is why, my dream was for Breath of Fire 7. What else was I going to do here? Okay.
At
Oh.
Pinch Renjayoma. Said. It was a mobile phone game, it doesn't actually count.
Yeah. Second. Okay. Now, let's see. That piece is damaged.
Said. It's like DMC Devil May Cry.
Yep. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Man, I need to put an insta kill button in here. Anyway. Oh, good. The pawn has healed to full. Oops. Okay, good. The pawn did heal. I think I want to make him heal a little less. Let's turn it down to 3. Am I showing the game here? Of course I'm not showing the game. Why would I remember to do that? Yes, the pieces are healing. Nature is healing. The pieces are healing. Uh, there we go. I got the white pawn down to almost nothing. I'm not going to attack the white pawn this turn. I want to wait a turn so it can regenerate a little bit. There we go. Yeah, okay, it has more than it had, which is still is not enough for the knight, but because knight hits like a truck. I think the knight has the most powerful attack. I may be wrong about that. I mean, I made the game. I should know, but let's see. Knight's attack is 10. It's either the knight or the rook. Then the rook's attack is 12. Okay, the rook is more powerful, but barely. King's attack is also 10. Okay, so the king and the knight are the same. I've forgotten my own numbers here. Princess is 7. Queen is, I think, 8. Yeah. Amazon, I think, is also 7. No, 5. Um, you get a defensive 1. Amazon's wearing armor too, so she's got a defensive 1. Make her a little tougher in battle. Marlena has attack. So yeah, Amazon has the same attack as the pawn. That's not right. I don't like that. Attack equals 6. There we go. Hmm. Yeah, a little more powerful. Make the Amazon a little more powerful in combat. Faster than the pawn. Much worse cooldown than the pawn. Takes a second and a half. Bishop is 7. Empress is 9. I want the Empress to hit hard and also have a second and a half cooldown. Yeah, just looking at my own stats here. Second and a half cooldown for the king. Knight has slightly slower cooldown than the pawns. 50, 40, yeah. So the higher the cooldown number, the slower their attack. There's regular pawn, which is also 40. Peace, which is peace battle, player body, princess, attack 7, queen, attack 8, rook, attack 12. Okay. Kind of forgot what I was going to do next. Um, Honestly, I got all I wanted to do, all done that I wanted to do today, and then some. Or I wanted more variable movement across the chessboard for the CPU and better aiming routines for the battle CPU without being 100% accurate.
Rengeoma said, very nice.
Yeah, it's like I was going to comment about DMC Devil May Cry, which was I remember that at the time it was like, yeah, this is definitely going to be what it be. This is going to be Devil May Cry from now on. Yeah, I turned on the CPU mode after playing. It's just a little fun, kind of fun to watch. I mean, that's why I put in a CPU versus CPU mode, so I could sit back and watch. And I think I want to do more aesthetic things with the game, but a lot of this is. Oh, I know the one thing I've been meaning to do this whole time that I keep forgetting. It should be simple and quick. Ugh. Count all pieces. This is it. This should go in movement. Should have two more children. Bam. Let's hide this. So we'll just leave that playing in the background. Turn down. Boom. Boom, shooty, boom, boom. Boom, McShooty, boom, boom. Oh, good. It is the headset microphone. Good. I don't even know what pieces are firing either. Oh, it's two rooks. Oh, in actuality, this may be it, since I'm pretty sure this is checkmate mode. I think. I mean, assuming the queen wins. Pieces are not programmed to not run into walls right now. I should probably do that, but
At Vintrengeoma
hmm.
said, "It's like why I can't stand the new Tomb Raider games. Og Lara Croft was a stone cold goth killer, then new one is this prissy young adult."
Yeah. Yeah, I like how they said this is a new beginning for Devil May Cry, and this is it from now on. And everyone said no. And they said, it's a prequel, and everyone said no. It's alternate universe. Okay, fine. We'll accept that for now. For now. Well, that pawn's dead. Yep, there we go. Hmm. Uh-oh. Attacking the king. Okay, so it's not a checkmate game. In a non-checkmate game, the king really is not any more valuable than any other piece. It's not a high priority for the AI either. I think I should make it so the pawn does always move 2 spaces on its first turn. Anyway, I'm just going to let that run in the background while I add a thing label. P1 pieces. Now I'm putting this in movement because I want them to go invisible when the movement routine goes invisible. Even though the variable that they're based on will be up here in Chess Plus. Now, let's see, P1 pieces.
At
There.
Vintrangioma said, hopefully Nero gets an actual sidekick in 6. It's kinda hard for him to be his own man when he's always overshadowed by Dante's squad.
Yeah, this is true. Aha. Okay. Hmm. What am me doing here? Transform, size, position. There we go. Player 1 pieces. Let's see. Ooh, let's go into battle and check P1 health and P2 health. No, P1 health. So it's at position X20
At
and
Vintrangioma
X1107.
said, either that or do a Ghost of Sparta prequel. A prequel the fans would actually enjoy.
Yeah. Ah, okay, P1 pieces right there. Let's go to Chess Plus. I want to look at this. $47 pixels. Okay. Horizontal, center, vertical alignment, center. Theme overrides, fonts. Fonts, intellect to F. Put a 0 in there so I can see it. Font sizes, 47. Okay, good. Now pieces 2, 7, 0. Oh, let's go with, let me go back here. This is, let's say 65 by 65. That's good. And let's make sure it's centered, center, center, 0. Good. So put a 0 in there too. Scroll down. Wait, no, 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 not yet. Horizontal, center. Vertical alignment, center. Size, 65 by 65. Okay, and let's put it right there. So what is this position? This is 1187, so it's 10. I want to move it to the left, 1067. There we go. Perfect. And theme overrides, fonts, load, intellect, font sizes, 47, styles, colors, font color, red, player 2, so it's got to be 255, 0, 0. Good. Let's see. Is the game running? Yes, but the game needs to I think I need to restart the game. Okay. Okay, so right now it just shows 0, 0 in the corners. Let me start a game. Go get him CPU. I just want to make sure those numbers disappear when the battle starts. Yes, okay. Perfect. So perfect, perfect, perfect. And now I need to actually set those numbers so that they do something. Oh, I hear a gading, and that gading means the dinner's on its way. So I think this is going to be the last thing I do is set up these numbers to keep track of how many pieces each side has left. That's the point of these numbers. So chess plus. I want two more variables here. Var piece one label node 2D. Actually, I think it's label, right? Yeah, okay. And var piece 2 label equals movement dot get child question mark. Yes, I know it's an error. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's moving. There we go. And that's movement equals get child 3. And piece 1 label text equals str. Pieces 1. What? What are we doing here? Oh, I see. Does it think I had the control key held in? It did. Okay. Well, lost control of my mouse there for a second. Now this should. What's this? That's initialized board. Okay. Now I just need to see when this is called. I want to look at my movement script to see when count all pieces is called. here. Only in return from battle, huh? I think it should do it here too. It doesn't need to be here. I'm keeping my lag in mind here. You know what? I don't think it needs to be anywhere but in here, actually. It doesn't need to update it except after a battle. It only needs to update it at the beginning of a game and at the end of battle. Ah, this is not a string. Okay, let's change that. Yeah, right now the promotion piece automatically updates to a queen. Even in games where there's pieces more powerful than a queen. I guess I could always promote it to but I want to put in a an option to choose your piece here, but I'm not going to do that today. I'm pretty pleased with the progress I've made today. Oh, okay, that's just a thing telling me not to. It was just an email telling me not to fill my swimming pool because of a potential drought. I'll get right on that. Anyway, looking at dinner. So dinner will be here soon. I believe I've done everything I want to do today, and I hungry. So I believe I'm going to call it here. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I say that before I call it here. I just want to do. I want to test the change I just made. I knew there was one last thing I wanted to do. I wanted to make sure the thing I just did is working right. Okay. I'm going to start a new game. Fairy. Let the CPU go to work. Capture all. Those numbers really only matter during a capture all game. but I want to make sure they update correctly upon battle ending. It should be 16 versus 15. Yes, it is. Nope. 15 versus 15. Okay, two empresses. There's a there is an issue I can't seem to pin down. Sometimes the right piece, the player two, the black piece, they're red, but tradition says player two is called black. Just as the checkerboard squares are always white and black, even when they're not white and black, or chessboard squares specifically. What was I talking about? Anyway, the piece on the right does not always face the right direction. Yeah, like there, moving to the left, facing to the right, and I am not sure why. I've looked at that code. I have looked at that code, and as I look at that code, it looks like it's correct, but clearly it's not correct. It is incorrect. And I'm not gonna do that right now either. I'm just gonna watch this game play itself until one of those sides is 0. I think the one difference between this game and I think the one difference between this game and come on, brain. And the game that inspired it, Archon, is that in Archon the two sides are inherently different. I was going to say unequal, but they're not unequal, they're just different. Like the pawn equivalent on both sides are the same, but one side it's a knight and one side it's a goblin. And like the golems and the trolls are nearly identical. But not all pieces are the same in terms of speed, power, or anything else, including how they move across the board. And this, so you almost never run into a mirror matchup on Archon. There's a couple of like pseudo mirror matchups, like Knight versus Goblin or Troll versus Golem. But the two pieces are never exactly identical. So I kind of want to make mixed matches in this game for a future update. But honestly, it's coming along really well. I am not trying to brag. I am thrilled that thing I thunk up with my brain is now on the screen right now in front of me. I'm looking at it. And that happens with every time I make a game, but as I said earlier in this show, earlier in this episode, it really is a great feeling to create, to think of something and then type for a little while or play around. All these graphics are made in Paint. This is not, I did not use anything complicated to make these sprites. The board is made in Paint too. It's a 16, the board is a 16 by 16 sprite that I blew up to that size. No, I think no. Actually, it's an 18 by 18 sprite. I blew up to that size, but so yeah. You don't have to be a great artist. So everything here is looking good. Oop, that guy's in deep poop. He healed a little bit between rounds there. That's nice. I have it set so only the both sides do not heal. Only the side that whose turn it is heals. Oh, that one's getting. Oh no! And the queen. We got another queen. That empress is cleaning house though. It's gonna take the. But the queen will take it down. Probably. Yeah, if only because hit point just differential there. But the Empress does hit harder. Oh, there we go. One piece left on the red side, and oh, can the Queen beat it? Yes. No. No, the Queen is the one piece left on the red side. Yeah, so I don't. Oh, there we go. Bye bye, Queen. Black piece is captured. Player one wins. Marvelous. And I have the two, and I have the numbers up in the corner to see, so you can see how many pieces are left on each side. Fantastic. Just glorious. Nah, I never know how to end this show. So I'm gonna find a raid for my Twitch side to Twitch at, and sure, there we go. I'll rate them again. Since my one of my usuals is not streaming right now. So I will pick that to raid, and uh, I'm going to go eat dinner. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening. Thank you for chatting. Here's the thing I need to do next. But so yeah, here's the thing I need to do. I believe I'm going to upload what I've done today to my itch.io stream and itch.io stream, my itch.io channel. Let me post that link in chat. Let me post that link in chat, and Now, I'm posting it right now, but what's there right now is not what I did today yet. So that'll be there in a little bit.
Great Uncle Pixel.
I'm just gonna put that on
Said,
both sides. Oh,
https
I could have done that.
/ greatunclepixel.itch.io / chess hyphen plus.
At Great Uncle Pixel.
Said, https
So I'm
/
going to give it a few minutes, and the latest version will be up there. Latest version will be up there. I think dinner just arrived, so my timing is perfect. Or not. But whatever. I'm going to go, and I will be streaming again tomorrow afternoon, 2 p.m. CEST, approximately, give or take 10, 20 minutes. Where I will be doing part 2 of Gateway 2, Gateway 2 Homeworld, as requested. It's a viewer request. So join me and watch me get through a puzzle game from an interactive fiction game from 1993. I thought I was finished last time, honestly. I went, man, this was a quick game. When I, defeated all the, when I defeated the alien supercomputer and brought the ship back to Earth. And I thought, that was shorter than I expected. And then I discovered that was not the end of the game. So I'm just babbling now. You'll see. Join me tomorrow and you'll see what I'm talking about. Until then, thank you for joining